Hello, welcome to Taking Crown. Today I'll be doing what's gonna happen after Halloween ends, but this one, it's not mine. It's from a YouTube user as Brian Reaver. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but this is his ideas that he commented on my last what's gonna happen after Halloween ends, and I'm gonna use it, so let's get into it.
What's your favorite scary movie?
I never was a guy to sleep with lights, but then I never had these kind of nights. Something evil watching over me, and I'm afraid this ain't no fantasy. It's a nightmare. It's just a dream. No, it's a nightmare. It's just a dream. It's a nightmare. It's just a dream. No, it's a nightmare.
For the last few, that was commented on my last video of the Halloween Ends news. So this is the first set of the ideas. So number one was Halloween Returns, which that was gonna be like filmed for Dimensions, like back in 2015, and gonna be released, but then that got scrapped because Dimensions, it got in a lawsuit, and then they stopped making films, so the rights went back to Universal, which they had the rights with Halloween 2 and Halloween 3. Halloween Asylum, which that was another script, which first idea was back in 2004, then 05, and 2013. That was what it was gonna be back in 405 and 13. So then a sequel, Halloween 6, that could also happen since Halloween H2O was a direct sequel to Halloween 2. Then a sequel to Halloween Resurrection, continuing that timeline of Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween H2O, and Halloween Resurrection. A anthology series slash Netflix series, like doing like what John Carpenter and Deborah Hill wanted to do with the Halloween series after Halloween, because Halloween was supposed to be standalone film. Then after Halloween 2, they killed off Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis in the script, which that didn't go to plan because fans wanted more Michael Myers after the events of Halloween 3 Season of Witch. So that's why it didn't turn into an anthology series, and that's why John Carpenter and Deborah Hill left the series until John Carpenter came back for Halloween 2018. Then a spin-off, but with another character from the series franchise, maybe Alyson. That's if she survives after Halloween ends. So yeah, that could also happen, like have someone else take over the Halloween series, but continuing after Halloween ends, like if Alyson survived. Then a Halloween 3 Season Witch sequel slash prequel, which could like be like another spin-off series. If they don't have it in the Halloween series, they could just have a spin-off called like Season of the Witch, and then Season of Witch 2. Then a proper sequel to Halloween for the Return of Michael Myers, like, and ignoring all the facts about the Cult of Thorn, like just ignoring all that and just having Michael Myers go after Jamie, which Jamie wouldn't die since she died in Halloween 6. Okay, so this first one is Halloween the Loomis Files, which will be an anthology series about Dr. Loomis, like probably like from the events from when Michael Myers killed Judith Myers in 1963 all the way up to 1978 from the events of the babysitter murders. And Halloween 9 is, which that was another one, but I'm gonna add that, which is Halloween 9 is sequel to Halloween Resurrection 2002. Then Halloween Forever, which I think that might be something like after Halloween ends, or it could be another direct sequel to Halloween. Ignoring 2018 kills and ends, it could be another direct sequel. Then Halloween the Fate of Allyson, which is Psycho 2 1983 type film with Alyson. Then Halloween Generations, an anthology series about Alyson Nelson, the granddaughter of Laurie Strode, from Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills 2021, and Halloween Ends 2022. Adam Green's Halloween Bad Blood, following Halloween Resurrection and featuring a grown-up Jamie Lloyd in the lead. Bad Blood would have made for a fascinating retcon of an entry of the franchise before the eventual Rob Zombie reboot. Then Halloween 8, Lord of the Dead. With this entry, we are taking a look at Halloween 8, Lord of the Dead, an unproduced follow-up to 1998's Halloween HBO, penned by Halloween the Curse of Michael Myers, granddaughter Daniel Farron's. Laurie would have been acted as a sequel to both Curse and HBO, mirroring the desperate continuities of each film while providing audiences with a shocking new take on the shape. Halloween 3000 script, which only counts the original Halloween as canon as retcons, so Michael dies as a result of the 6 gunshots inflicted on him. Then Halloween the Wrath of Michael Myers, a sequel to Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, 1995 theatrical cut. Halloween Reborn, which that could probably, tell me if I'm wrong, but is that like a prequel to Halloween, or is it just like a sequel? Tell me down in the comments. Then Halloween Return of the Witch, a sequel to Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, which that's also a good idea. Then Halloween 7 The Curse of Thorn, a sequel to Halloween 6 The Producer's Cut, which that would probably also be interesting to watch. These last news from my last video of Halloween Ends, news number 1. This is if Alyson survives and Halloween ends. So this is what he would do after Halloween ends. My 2 options are Halloween The Fate of Allyson, a Psycho 2 1983 type of film with Alyson, which is like what he said earlier. Information. People that have trauma usually pass it on to the others, whether it domestic abuse or verbal abuse. Let's say after this trilogy is over, Alyson survives, but she has rent balls stick. Maybe Michael's dead, but Alyson sees Laurie and Karen dead in front of her. What if she lives in a clever, creative way to where she loses her mind? Then Alyson adopts the role of Michael Myers the Shape. I think it would be interesting if Andy Matichak went nuts and was thrown into an insane asylum, and then an after credits scene, like stinger type scene. She escapes, slashes her caregiver's throat, then Alyson finds the mask somehow. She's trying to deal with deaths of Karen and Laurie, so she has to be in the prescience of this mask, and then Alyson slaughters someone, then puts it on, and maybe she gets blood on it. Somehow the blood mixes with the chemical that made the white but alters the mask enough to where it's hers. Then she becomes the next killer. That could be really interesting if Andy Matichak Alyson went nuts and started to murder a lot of people. Halloween Generation, an anthology series about Alyson Nelson, the granddaughter of Laurie Strode, from Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills 2021, and Halloween Ends 2022. Information. I think it would be really cool if they decided to do an anthology series after Halloween Ends 2022. If I ever had the chance to do it, it would probably be a combination of Bates Motel seasons 1, 4, and 5, just like the Bates Motel TV series, but with Alyson Nelson. I think it would be neat if the trauma of everything that happened causes Andy Matichak Alyson to turn evil and go crazy. Because trauma are typically people that experience trauma, they have tendency to embody that trauma to rationalize and make it normal. Then they carry on the trauma like typically people that are abused end up becoming abusers themselves. And it's just messed up way that they deal with the trauma. Could someone who's dealing with just seeing everyone around them be slaughtered just go nuts and have a mental snap and then becomes the killer? I think it's a very well possibility. That's also a good idea, like connecting with the last one of it. Like what they were saying, like in Scream 1996, like in the bathroom scene when the blondie said whatever Sidney Prescott is doing it just to cope with the death of her mother's murder the previous year. So she like asking like where's God? Here, I put the scene here just so you guys could get a better picture of what like this is basically like.
Never attacked. I think she made it all up.
How did she lie about it?
For attention, the girl has some serious issues.
she did it. What if Sydney killed Casey and Steve?
Why would she do that?
Maybe she had the hots for Steve and killed them both in a chest range.
What would Sydney want with Steve? She has her own bubble butt boyfriend, Billy.
Maybe she's a slut, just like her mother.
You're evil.
Please, it's a common fact. Her mother was a tramp.
Cut some slack. She watched her mom get butchered.
And it fucked her up royally. Think about it. Her mother's death leaves her disturbed and hostile in a cruel and inhumane world. She's delusional, where's God, etc. Completely suicidal. One day she snaps. She wants to kill herself, but she realizes that teen suicide is out this year, and homicide is a much healthier therapeutic expression.
Where do you get this shit?
Ricky Lake.
Oh, you are pathetic.
Thank you, Brian Weaver. Sorry if I said it wrong, but thanks for those ideas. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. Have a great day or night, depends on when you're watching this. Bye, guys.
It's a nightmare.